Hey YouTube, welcome back to Guitar Vocalist, the channel that's all about singing and playing guitar at the same time, having an entire performance, being able to just play songs, not just with somebody accompanying you or anything like that, just by yourself. That's what this channel is all about. So with that being said, what we're going to talk about today is some kind of guitar theory, and it's really about rhythm guitar. And it's something that I call right hand tempo. I've heard people call it something like pendulum before or something like that, but I don't know. I really can't find, if someone knows the official musical term for this, let me know. I don't know that it has one necessarily, but basically, in my opinion, it's the most important correct right hand technique to master. It's not the only one, it's not the only one you should have, but I do think it's the most important one. It was really a game changer. I'd been playing guitar for like 2-3 years and didn't know this until one day an experienced guitarist, my uncle actually, came over and said, yeah, you need to do this with your right hand because it's a real problem for your rhythm. And I couldn't understand why, and I struggled with it for like a few weeks, and I kept being really mad because I couldn't quite get it. And once I got it, it was a game changer. And just to say, what do I mean by right hand? Well, there's a lot of techniques, right? If you're playing something like Enter Sandman, you know, you would be doing palm muting, something like that. There's also just obviously picking, like alternate picking techniques with your right hand. Just to take Enter Sandman as an example again, right? Like those are just, you're picking the strings. That's fine. But what I'm talking about here is when you're playing full-blown chords. So I'm just gonna, while we're on the Metallica wave, I'm just gonna go ahead and do this with Nothing Else Matters, the three chords for the verse. So it's just E minor, D, C. And there's two ways to do this. And if you're new, you've probably tried this way. Watch my right hand. Do you see how I'm just picking out the notes individually? That's wrong. It's going to be hard for you to sing and play. Your hand is going to just tense up. It's bad. What you want to do is you want to have a pendulum going at all times. Your right hand has to just be keeping tempo. Imagine your right hand is the click track for a recording, or is a metronome. Okay, so watch how this goes. So I'm just still going. Look, I haven't stopped. My hand is still just going just like that. No matter what you play, ever, anywhere, especially on acoustic guitar, especially with clean sound. There's of course some caveats with palm muting for distorted guitars, but for clean, you always want to do this basically. You want to know how to do it at the very least, and you want this to be your go-to, in my opinion. So even if you're doing more complex stuff, you'll see where this comes into play, not just for open chords. But the reason you want to do this is because you're really keeping time and rhythm, and you can go much faster and much slower as needed. So it's also like, imagine you're playing some kind of funky guitar, right? Like no matter what you're doing, you want to just always go like that. If you try and just pick individual notes, then it's not going to work out, you know? And it's also really important for trying to do it because you understand which strokes need to be downstrokes and which strokes need to be upstrokes. It's like a math equation. It's like wherever it lands on the pendulum within the timing of the song, within each beat, within each measure, that's the type of stroke it is. And you really should take every song, if you don't already know this technique, you really should take every song and learn it in right hand mode. You know, right hand tempo mode, as I call it. So, any song, really. So close, no matter how far. Couldn't be much more from the heart. And so on. And the thing is, as you're doing this entire thing, it's much easier to sing because actually my right hand is not doing anything complex because I've got the equation down. I've got the pendulum swinging, So it's just it honestly it's as easy for me to sing and play at the same time as it is for me to just go so close no matter how far. Couldn't be much more from the heart. If I'm going like this or if I'm going like this, it's the same thing to me, you know? And that's really important for singing and playing guitar at the same time. So that's it. That's the right hand technique. It's a simple, short video. Incorporate that into all your songs and learn when you should use it, learn when you shouldn't. Okay, if it's a distorted guitar, you're gonna want to mute every now and then. If you're doing palm muted stuff, you know, then obviously you wouldn't be doing exactly that. But the thing is, you can also do it with songs that are like, you think that it's not an open chord. So, watch for example, what was that song called? What I Got by Sublime. Now, if you were new to guitar, you'd probably think, okay, how do I pick these songs? So you'd be like, okay, so you'd be like, all right, so those are the notes, so I just picked them, and this is comfortable, and I'm good. But you could actually do it with the pendulum right hands technique down, okay? And you can selectively do it and not do it. You don't have to non-stop do it necessarily. It depends on what the song calls for. So here, the way it would work is, think of it like this. Because it's the song is just D and G. Early in the morning, rising to the stream, light me up that cigarette and I'll strap shoes on my feet. Right, so it's just that. But if you do it with your actual picking, I'm still doing the pendulum here actually. Early in the morning, rising to the stream, light me up with that cigarette and I'll strap shoes on my feet. Got to find a reason things went wrong. Got to find a reason why my money's all gone. And it's much easier for me to sing and play that than if I'm just early in the morning, rising to the street. Like I struggle there, right? I can't, it's much harder to do it. So right hand tempo is like your ground, your base, where you can start from for performing, for singing, and it's just a fundamental technique. I've known guitarists that play for 10-15 years and they don't do this, and it's just like unbelievable to me. So please incorporate this into your playing right now. This one trick helps you master rhythm. You can go faster much easier, slower much easier, everything. So do your tempo, and if you like the contents, be sure to like and subscribe. Leave a comment below. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Let me know. And until next time.